Good morning. We are going to be doing the yoga poses Warrior 1, 2, and 3 today. That is Virabhadrasana 1, 2, and 3. We'll use the chair first and then we'll stand using the chair for support. I'm going to adjust the screen so that you can see my feet. So our starting position is going to be seated forward on the chair. So you want the base of your pelvis, the sits bones, to be on the chair, but the backs of your thighs, most of that free. Your knees come directly out from your hips, and your feet, ankles are underneath the knees. Sitting up straight and tall, roll the shoulders back and down. And we're going to start with just a few pelvic rocks to feel the connection with the seat of the chair and where the center of our balance is. So you can bring your hands right below your hip. So you want to find the front of the hip bone. So if you go to your navel and come out to the side, that's more your waist. You want to go down just a little bit, find that bony hip, and then reach the thumbs around behind. And first we're going to tip back. So lean back slightly, pull the tailbone at the base of your spine forward, and round the spine back. And just notice how you're rolling to the back edge of your sits bones, the base of your pelvis, your ischial tuberosities if you want to be anatomical about it. And then we're going to come forward. So as you come forward, see if you can identify that balance point where you feel completely straight, upright, and balanced. And then we're going to rock forward. So tilting the pelvis forward, lifting the chest, rolling the shoulders back, and arching the spine. You might even find that you are on the very top of the back of your thigh, and the sits bones have come a little bit up off of the chair. And then come back through that neutral space, and you're just going to rock back and forth. If you want to add the breath to this, you are exhaling as you rock back, and inhaling as you rock forward. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what it looks like from the side. You can continue to breathe here, facing forward, exhaling back, so that's going to look like this, rolling back, tipping the pelvis back, and then inhaling, coming forward, lifting up, arching the spine. And let's do that a few more times, exhaling back, inhaling forward. Work with your own breath. You don't have to follow exactly my words. And again, exhale back. Good. And inhale forward. Up, arching the back. And now we're going to come back to a nice neutral spine, neutral pelvis. Okay, make sure you're still comfortable, secure on that chair. And now we're going to work a little bit in the upper spine more. So reach your arms straight out to the sides. And first we're going to take the arms back. So squeeze the shoulder blades together towards the spine and bring the arms behind the shoulders. Good. You can keep them up at the level of the shoulders, even maybe a little bit higher. And then come back to neutral. And now you're going to round the upper back and bring the arms a little bit forward, stretching the shoulder blades away from the spine, like you're trying to reach the shoulder blades to the fingertips. And then come back to neutral. Again, I'm going to show you that from the side. So that would be coming back, bringing the arms behind the shoulders, stretching the chest open, squeezing those shoulder blades together. And then coming forward, rounding the upper back, bringing the arms forward, pulling those shoulder blades away from the spine, a nice stretch through the upper back. Okay, and then come back to neutral and bring the arms down. Okay, one more stretch for the arms. You're going to reach the arms forward and up alongside the ears, palms facing each other, and lengthen up through the torso. Good. Breathe here. Pull the upper arms back alongside the ears. So from the side, you want to see if you can bring those arms straight up from the shoulders, keeping the pelvis even on the chair. So try not to arch the back, but just bring the arms up. And then bring the arms forward and down. Good. Now we're going to do Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1 in the chair. For this, you're going to turn so that your right side is towards the back of the chair and you're facing to the right. So you're going to walk your feet around to the right, right? And you're going to scoot all the way back in the chair. So you want your back to be in line with one side of the chair, your knees to be towards the other edge of the chair. Again, feet directly underneath the knees. Take your right hand, which is the one that's next to the back of the chair, and hold on to the back of the chair. If your chair is really high, you might have to wrap the hand around the back of the chair back. Then slide to your left. So when you slide to your left, you want your left leg to come off of the chair so that you can drop the knee down. Okay? Make sure you're nice and secure there with your right leg on the chair. And then take that left knee and draw it back. See if you can get the knee directly down underneath the hip. And then challenge yourself by getting that knee just a little bit back behind. If this cramps in the foot, you can take the toes and curl them under. Otherwise, you can just leave the top of the foot on the floor. Then you're going to take this left hip and turn back so you're facing the side wall, and reach that left arm up alongside the left ear. Again, trying to get it right up, straight from the shoulder. From here, keeping that arm stretching up, you're going to pull the tailbone, the base of the spine, in. And take the lower abdomen, draw it slightly back, and lift it up. And you should be feeling a nice stretch through the front of your thigh, the front of your hip, and the front of your abdomen on that left side. Stretch the left arm and leg away from each other. And then if you'd like to look up, you can lift the chest and take the gaze up past that left hand. Breathe here. And then bring the gaze down, bring the arm down, bring your left leg forward, and turn back to the center. Come forward to the front edge of your chair, and then walk your feet around to the left. So now your left arm is to the back of the chair, and you're going to scoot yourself back into the chair so that your back is at one edge and your knees are at the other. Holding on to the back of the chair, slide to your right and drop your right leg down. Okay, first just let the knee drop down, make sure you're balanced on the chair, and then maybe take that leg back a little bit further. Again, you can curl the toes under if that feels better. And take your right hip and turn it towards the side wall. So your torso's facing to the side. Reach your right arm up, stretch between the arm and leg, turn and pull the tailbone in, draw the lower abdomen in and up, lift the chest, and if you'd like to look up past your right hand, you can look up. Take another breath here. Feel that nice stretch through the front of your hip, maybe the front of your abdomen and the front of the thigh. And then bring the head and arm back forward and down. Bring that leg in and turn back to center. So that was Warrior 1 in the chair, Virabhadrasana 1. We're now going to do Warrior 2 in the chair. So for this one, again, come to the front edge of your chair. Take your right leg and step it out to the right. Now, slide again to your left, and you want your right thigh on the chair. Right sit bone is still on the chair. Your left leg is free of the chair. Take your right hand and hold the seat of the chair next to your right knee. Then stretch your left leg forward. Turn the toes in and slide the foot over to the side. Now notice I'm not trying to get my foot all the way back in line with my right foot. I'm more at an angle forward. I want the left leg to be as straight as you can make it, so lengthen and straighten through the knee, and press the outer edge of your left foot to the floor, remembering that we're going to be doing this pose later standing. You want the sole of the foot to be on the floor when you go to the standing pose, not roll to the big toe side. All right, now if this feels comfortable for you and you want to take it further, you can move that foot back so that your right foot and left foot are in the same line, or you can keep it forward. Reach your arms out to the sides, good, and then pull back with your left arm, and see how that centers my shoulders over my hips. And now we're going to stretch the arms like we did at the beginning of class. From your collarbones, stretch out to your fingertips. From your shoulder blades, stretch out to your fingertips. Opening the front of the chest and the back of the chest evenly. And then you can turn your gaze to look over your right fingertips. Breathe here. Pressing into that left outer foot and straightening that left leg. And then release the arms down, turn the head back forward, slide back into the center of your chair, bring your knees together and slide forward. Warrior 2. Now we'll do it on the left side. So take your left leg to the left, okay, and slide to the right. Good. So that whole left thigh and hip, sit bone is on the chair. Your right buttock, glute, sit bone, thigh is off the chair. Hold your chair right by the left knee and stretch your right leg forward. Turn the toes in and swing that leg around to the side. Again, you don't have to go all the way in a straight line. You can just go out to the side to a comfortable angle. Take a straight right leg and press into the outer foot. Then releasing the hands out to the side, stretch, and now you're going to pull back through your left arm or right arm and Have the shoulders directly over the hips. Turn the gaze over the left fingertips. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Breathe here, straightening into that right leg and pressing the outer edge of the right foot down. Pulling back through that right arm to keep the shoulders over the hips. And then turn the gaze back to center, bring the arms down, slide back to the center of your chair, and then knees together and slide forward to the edge of your chair. Now we're going to do Warrior 3. There's only 3 warrior poses, so we're doing just 3 today before we stand up. And this one, in the chair, you're going to start by taking your hands by the sides, rolling the shoulders back and down, feeling yourself nice and balanced on your sits bones, pelvis neutral. And then lift your right leg up and keeping the knees level with each other, stretch your right leg out straight. Good. Holding it there. Bend the knee and place the foot down. So notice if you're leaning back when you do that, try to keep the shoulders over the hips and try to keep the thighs level with each other. We're going to lift the left knee now so it comes a little bit higher, but then as you straighten, don't let it drop. Keep it up at the same level as your right thigh. Good. Stretch through the heel. Lift the chest. And bend the knee and place the foot down. Now we're going to add the arms to that, lifting the arms up alongside the ears. So reaching the arms forward and up. If this starts getting to be too fatiguing or hot for you, just keep the arms down by your sides. Lift your right knee again and stretch out through the right heel. So I want to show you this from the side. You guys stay facing forward. You're lifting and you see that my foot isn't dropping down, but I'm keeping that thigh up in line with the other thigh. And then bend the knee and release down. And I was leaning back a little bit there. You want to stay over your hips. Bring the arms down. So we're going to do that again. I'm going to stay sideways so you can see where my thighs are better. Reach the arms forward and up again. Lift the left knee. And then stretch the left heel away. You notice I'm not letting it drop. I'm keeping that knee up at the same height as the other thigh. Reach through the heel. Lift the chest. Draw the upper arms back alongside the ears. And bend that left knee. Place the foot down. And bring the arms down by your sides. Now we're ready to do these poses with the help of the chair, standing up. So I want you to come to standing, and I'm going to adjust my camera. See if you can see my whole body for this. There we go. All right. So Warrior 1 with the chair. You're going to just move the chair or come around and stand behind the chair. The chair is facing forward towards the screen. And if you're on a sticky mat and a smooth surface, like a hard floor, you want to make sure that the back legs of the chair are on the sticky mat so that it doesn't slide. If you're on a carpet and the chair's not going to slide, doesn't matter if it's on the sticky mat or not. So what you're going to do for this is turn so that your I want your left side to the back of the chair. I had to think about that for a moment. Step your right leg forward. No, I had it right the first time. Turn around and put your left side next to the chair. And step your right leg forward, your left leg back. Okay? So, right hand on the chair, right leg forward, and then backwards. I think I mentioned this before, Facebook turns the screen, so it's a little confusing for me. Bend the right knee to 90 degrees. Keep your left heel down on the floor and reach your left arm up alongside your left ear. All right? So, just so that you can see this without the chair in the way, you're bending into that right knee, bringing it directly over the ankle, and pressing back into the left heel, keeping that leg straight. Then take the tailbone in, draw the abdomen in and up, and stretch up through that left arm. The right hand will stay holding on to the back of the chair. Or if you feel like you have good balance here, you can lift that left arm up again as well. Right arm up and stretch up. Good. Then coming down, straightening the leg, step the feet together, and you're just going to turn to the other side. So now, this is your left side to the back of the chair. Your left foot steps forward, your right foot steps back. Now, you want to keep the back heel on the ground, but step with the feet as far apart as possible. And then you also want to have about hip distance between the 2 feet. So if I were to face forward, instead of being in a straight line like a balance beam with my feet, I'm going to take my feet a little bit apart, and that's going to give me better balance. Bend your left knee over the left ankle. Don't go farther than the left ankle. Okay, so no lunging over the toes, just over the ankle. Press back into that right foot. Hold on to the chair with your left for balance and reach your right arm up. Okay, you can stay here with your hand on the back of the chair, or you can test your balance with both arms up. You can also lift the chest and look up past that right hand. And then take the gaze forward, take the arm forward and down, straighten the left leg and step the feet back together. Okay, warrior 2, using the chair for balance. Again, have the chair in front of you, and we're going to face forward towards the screen this time. Step your feet wide apart. Okay? You'll probably be able to go a little bit wider in Warrior 2 than you were in Warrior 1. Most of us have somewhat tight ankles and calves from walking on flat ground. Turn your left foot in slightly, so the toes are pointed toward the midline, a little bit more. And then turn your right leg all the way out to the right so that your knee and toes both face directly to the side. Okay, that's important. You want to keep the knee tracking over the toes. You've got the chair here in front of you. Bend your right knee over the right ankle. Now, just like in Warrior 1, you don't want to go forward of the ankle. You want to stay just above, shin perpendicular to the floor. If you feel like you can go deeper into this pose, you're going to move your left foot back, keeping the right knee over the right ankle. Keep the left toes turned in, left leg straight. bend into that right knee, and then you can stretch the right arm out over the right leg. If you want to try the balance, you can stretch the left arm as well and look over the right fingertips. Warrior two. And then turn the head back to center. Bring both hands back to the chair. Straighten your right leg. Turn both feet so they're facing forward. Take a moment here. Ooh, we've got 5 minutes left. We've got to get to our last pose too. So let's get into warrior two on the second side. Turn your right toes in. Turn your left leg out. Important that the left knee and toes point directly to the side, and then bend your left knee. Reach your left arm out over your left leg. Lift the chest. If you'd like to try the balance, you can stretch both arms out to the side. Turn to look over your left fingertips. Breathing here. Sitting down into that left hip, keeping the knee over the ankle. And then turning back to the center, hold on to the chair. Turn the feet forward, heel toe, small steps back to center. All right, last one, Virabhadrasana 3, warrior 3. For this one, I'm gonna have you take your chair to the side and have the seat of the chair facing you on your sticky mat or just on a non-skid surface again. Turn towards your chair and place your hands onto the seat of the chair. Have your shoulders directly above your wrists and your feet directly underneath your hips. So you're making a little rectangle with square angles. Now, take your weight onto your right foot and lift your left leg up behind you. See if you can lift that leg all the way to the height of your hip. Keep the toes pointing straight down. Good, breathe here. Try to lift that a little bit higher. Draw the belly in. Draw the heel away from you. Shoulders away from the ears. Good. And then lower that right leg down. And, or that left leg. Take your weight onto your left foot and lift your right leg up off of the floor. Stretch it back, reach through the heel. Draw the belly in, lengthening the low back. Keep reaching through that straight right leg into the heel and draw the shoulders away from the ears. Good. And lower that leg down. Now, it is almost 30 minutes, so if you'd like to stop now, you can. But there's one more variation we can do with this one with the chair, and it's just a little bit more challenging. So if you'd like an extra challenge, here comes warrior 3 with the chair again. But this time, instead of being able to put our weight down right underneath our shoulders, we're going to extend the shoulders forward. So first you're going to come into a position called 90 degrees with the chair. So you're just going to put your hands on the back of the chair. Try not to death grip the back of the chair, but pretend like it's a flat surface and keep your palms open. So resting your palms on the back of the chair, walk your feet back, and you're going to make a nice 90-degree angle between your thighs here and your spine. This is a great stretch for the shoulders, a great stretch for the hamstrings and the calves. And then we're going to do the same thing, warrior three. So taking your weight onto your left leg, lift your right leg up behind you. Stretching out through the arms, stretching out through that right heel, trying to get that heel as high as your hip. Toes point towards the floor. Back is level, sacrum level. Draw the abdomen gently toward the spine. And then lower that leg down, coming back to 90 degrees. Take your weight into your right foot and lift your left leg up. Good. Reach through the heel, straighten the knee. Gentle drawing in through the abdomen up towards the spine, and keep the hips level. And then lower that leg back down to the floor, lift the shoulders, and step forward. All right, take a moment to sit back in your chair. You can slide back into the chair and just rest your hands on your legs. And take a few breaths here. You can close your eyes if that feels comfortable to you. And just feel what your body is experiencing here, where you feel the stretches that you've done, where you feel the muscle work that you've done, the breath. And then bring the palms together in front of your heart. The light in me acknowledges the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for coming to class and working so hard. I will see you next, tomorrow at 8 a.m. for the next class.